everyone, my name is Alex and welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time here, welcome. So this is going to be the last part of me reading my middle school diary, and we're also going to be talking about my dating life and high school and how high school was and a little bit of college and where we are today. Just to like wrap up the trauma that is about to happen. Now listen, I'm going to put a trigger warning right here. Once middle school ends, it's not going to be very fun for dear little Alex. It gets really bad. And the whole reason why I'm sharing these stories, the really dark ones, is just to spread awareness about what can happen when you're dating, especially when you're a child, when you're a minor, and all of the crazy things that can happen. Because I didn't have an older sister. I didn't have an older sibling. I am the oldest one. I will laugh at myself. That is my coping mechanism. It was not a very fun time, but I am now 29. I'm in a safe, happy, healthy relationship. It does get better after you go through fucking hell. But if you are ever unsure about a situation or something bad happened to you or you are uncomfortable, please tell your parents. It's going to be an awkward conversation, but they are there to help you and protect you. I'll just tell your friend, tell an adult, tell your teacher. Please just tell someone. I just wanted to say this right away, just in case you get bored and click off before you get to the traumatic stuff and you don't want to hear about it. I didn't tell anyone. I didn't get help. I should have told anyone. I should have gone to the police. There's a lot of bad things that have happened to me, and we're fine now. We're happy, and I'll discuss it here in the future, but right now we're going to talk about something fun for middle school because I'm excited to talk about this relationship. So where did we leave off in middle school? This was my favorite year probably ever. So this is the summer before 8th grade, and where we kind of left off was between Mac and Finley. So Finley was really fucking into me and wanted to go out with me, but I wanted to ask out Mac first, and I told him that, which is kind of like a dick move. I don't know why we did that. I saw Mac at the pool, and I should have got Kelly to ask him out for me, but I decided against it. And I was kind of just like unsure about Finley. So that's kind of like where we left off. So now it is June 27th, 2008. Dear Moon, I gotta make this short, sorry. Okay, well, Mac has a girlfriend. I never asked him out, and me and Finley went out for one day, and it felt really odd. Didn't like it. So I just said, let's be good friends, and then me and Clara had a fight. A huge fight. Do I remember what it was about? No. But we always fight. So we are over it now, and we are friends only for now. And we went to Country Fest tonight and had a blast. We had a blast with Molly, another girl, and Finley. So me and Finley apparently went on a ride, and it was a lovish ride. What the fuck does that mean? Okay, so Country Fest was this big ol' hick country fest. It was literally on church grounds, and Country Fest is drunk fest. Like, everyone gets blackout drunk. They have country music, of course, playing. We have tractor square dancing. It is the staple of the event, and they are literally square dancing around each other. Listen, they have games. It's like a big old carnival kind of thing. They have the shitty rides, but this lovish ride, I don't even know what that is, because it's all like, I don't even think they have a Ferris wheel. Like, it's the ride that spins and like you stick to the walls. And like, that's pretty much it. Like, I can't remember any of the other rides. Anyway, apparently we went on a lovish ride, and he said that I was very pretty, and later he said it makes him dizzy to look down. I don't know what that means. He was pretty tall. Maybe that's what he... I don't know. We aren't going that fast, LOL. Then he said, well, I have to look forward in your eyes. Yeah, flirting. I said, I don't know what will happen, but we'll see. I do kinda a lot like him now, and he is an awesome guy friend, so LOL. Gotta go, love Alex. Okay. Okay. The thing about Finley is that I don't like guys that are like over the top. I don't know, very like flirting and like just too much. I don't like when guys are too much. Like, just be chill and like, I don't do cutesy little stuff. But like him, I don't know. I just like got the ick from him. He was just like saying, I don't know. I don't like over the top stuff. I don't. And that's a repeated history, and I will tell you about another guy later. Apparently, we dated for a day. It was just awkward. I just got the ick. I didn't like it. I didn't like how much, it was just too much, you know? I don't know. So this is July 8th, 2008. I'm going to skip the first part because somebody did pass away, and it was very traumatic. It was not anyone in my family, but it was someone in my, I don't want to say anything. So Finley asked me out again in person at another picnic. So so where I'm from in Mercer County, every town has like a picnic, and they're all scheduled pretty much the whole entire summer. So none of them are like during the same time. And so all summer we're just going to all these different towns and like seeing everyone. So there's a lot of picnics. Anyway, it's super fun. I was like, no. And then I was flirting with his friend who was a huge flirt. But I was talking to his friend, but yeah, I said no. This is when I was doing volleyball camp. This is so random. I did volleyball camp for the whole entire summer. Do I know how to play volleyball? No. But I needed something to do during the summer. So I spent 2 or 3 months doing volleyball camp, and like the coach, God bless her, because she's like, I know you're not gonna try out, and I'm like, I'm not. And she's like, I know you don't even know how to play volleyball, and I'm like, no, I'm just here, man. I'm just here. That's fine. I think this is also, I also did okay, so in my I'm just remembering. So in my high school, we do not require high school gym. And it's so weird. So your 8th and 7th grade year credits apply to your high school credits. I don't know if they still do this. They did that for some reason. I don't know. It was Ohio. I don't know. So actually you could do summer PE, so you didn't have to take it during the year. And actually it was super fun because it's just nice to not be stuck in the school. And we rode the bike path all the time, which is really close to my house. I fell in love with that bike path. I would like, it's 5 miles to the next town, and then you ride your bike back, and I would just do that for fun because there's nothing else to do in my hometown. We went bowling, we went mini golfing, and it was just like different activities, and it was fun, and it was kind of like a mixture of grades doing it, and it was just like so much fun. Now it is July 27th, 2008. Dear Mim, this is gonna be short, sorry. My current crushes are Luca, which is a new boy, Dennis a little, Liam, Elijah. Oh, that's who Elijah was. Yeah, I always forget him. And Mac. Yeah, LOL. So update, who is with who? So Molly and Fred are officially together. Kelly and Finley are dating. So that kind of took care of him for me. And I'm like, all right. And I put ... weird. What had happened? I don't know. I just got back from Molly's awesome party. It was so much fun. We go on vacation tomorrow. We're leaving around noon. We have a 4 p.m. flight, and we're going to Myrtle Beach. Ooh, I think that was the last time I've ever been to Myrtle Beach. I hope I get to see Luca at the community picnic because I want to hang out with him, because from the phone and everything, he seems awesome. He's kind of chubby from his display picture, but I talked to him on the phone for over an hour. LOL. Current wish. I wish that someone will ask me out that I am willing to say yes to. Okay, so Luca, I know who I'm talking about, and it took a hot second to remember who this man was. So I don't even know what school he went to. I don't even remember his last name. I don't remember what he looks like. And that pisses me off. But I remember he was very into Twilight. Like, but like, hold up. This is when Twilight was like, actually in 2008, I don't think Twilight was just a thing yet. When did Twilight come out? Okay, Twilight came out November of 2008. So we were kind of talking about it. I had never heard of it, but Luca has already read all of the books. So that's something that we would talk about. He went to a different school. I don't know what school he went to. I have a feeling. But like we kind of like had a online friendship going on, and we'd talk on the phone. And he was very nice. He was a little bit chubby, but you know what? So nice. But I hate this for the life of me. I could Well, there's a Confederate flag. I don't think this is him, but this man is holding a Confederate flag. Did I even have Facebook yet? I don't even think I had Facebook yet. One thing about me is I never delete messages. I don't think I had Facebook yet, so I must have been talking to him like on MSN or something. I don't know. Or I did. It was probably my yearbook or MySpace. It was one of those. Anyway, so I had like an online friendship with him, and I kind of had a crush on him, but like it wasn't anything too serious, I don't think. It's August 1st, 2008. Dear Moon, hey, I just got back from Myrtle Beach yesterday, and I'm glad I'm home. I'm super pumped for tonight. There are going to be fireworks at, we would have fireworks in my hometown, and it was like outside the grocery store, and like everyone, my hometown was so small. It was the shopping center. So we had Chiefs, the only place you could get groceries. We had a couple like little stores, and then we had, one of the big bars that we had, and we had McDonald's, and then in the parking lot we kind of like take over, and then some people, they literally collect fireworks all year long. They did a huge like fireworks show and like stuff like that, kind of like ending the summer, so we'd all just kind of like hang out at McDonald's and stand in the parking lot of our grocery store and watch them. Anyway, it's like a thing. There are gonna be fireworks tonight, and I'm gonna be meeting Clara, Finley. I don't think I gave him a name yet. Oh God, this is when I start meeting people from different towns that I like first met on websites. So this is from my yearbook. I wrote my yearbook down. Oh my God, I need a name for him. So I'm gonna be meeting up with Clara, Finley, and hopefully maybe Grayson, who is from my yearbook. And then Luca. LOL. I love his laugh so much. It's awesome. Yeah, I do like him a lot. Okay, so we did have a crush, but I only saw what his face looks like, and I forget, and a lot of people say he is really fat. Me and Clara can't really see that or believe until we actually see. He's an awesome guy. He likes to draw, laugh, LOL, and maybe skateboard. We talked on the phone for over an hour. Yeah, holy shit. But we talked about like everything. He is so easy to talk to and a good listener. He talks a lot. Yeah, a lot. He did. And Grayson lives in blank, and he is coming to my hometown for a birthday. So I told him to come see the fireworks with us, and he said he might not be there until 9 p.m. Other friends will be there, but I don't know who. The power went off like an hour ago, and now it's back on. Yay. I get to fix my hair now, LOL. Okay, so I met Grayson through my yearbook, but I knew him. His town was maybe like a 40-minute drive in the other direction. Like, that was the beginning of starting to be friends with some of those people over there. I was kind of branching out, social media-ing. I had my yearbook. I think I had MSN as well, but my yearbook at the time was like a lot more fun to me. No hate on MySpace. I love MySpace. August 11th, 2008. Dear Moon. I have it on like a sticky note. I messed up. Okay. Remember how I said Grayson? I used the name Oliver in the last video. I'm so sorry. We're going to cross it out. Grayson is Oliver. Oliver. I'm so sorry. Dear Moon. Hi, real quick. Finley and Kelly are together, if I never said before. Then they broke up. And Kelly might get back together, not sure yet. I was in the cat show at 2 p.m. It was my first year doing cat anything. This was for 4-H, by the way. This was at the county fair, and I showed my cat in the cat show. So my first year doing anything with the cat, I would do like sewing, really bad sewing project. I did photography with a film camera, which that was shit. I would just do like random shit. So I believe there were like 2 or 3 cat projects, and I did them all because I had a cat, and I'm like, well, I can use you. So it was the first year with cat anything. No idea what I had to do, but I got first place. I don't believe it. I got outstanding on both projects. Wow. I knew the judge, kind of. The judge knew me, and she knew my dad. I'm gonna try my best to find a photo. This was before I had anything, but this is Minnie, if I can find her. She was a chillax cat with me. She did not like my brother, because he would pick on her all the time. And she would bite your face if you like got in her face. She's funny, but she was very chill with me. You have to like show off their teeth, show their ears, show their eyes, but she's like, I don't give a shit, like, I trust you, man. It's whatever. And then I had her for 2 cat shows. I got first place with her, and then We had to put her down. Rest in peace. It was a long time ago. I miss her. And then eventually we got Mickey, but as a kitten. So I entered the cat show with him as a kitten, and kittens don't sit still. And he was like, nah, I'm ready to fight. So I actually got second place in that cat show, but they didn't tell me I got second place. I found out in the newspaper because they post the results in the newspaper. But I thought I just like lost completely. Like, no, this is so bad. Why did you bring a kitten here? Like, he wouldn't sit still. He wouldn't do anything. But yeah, the judge knew my dad. But also, it was like in August. You're sitting in a hot tent with 10 other cats who are pissed the fuck off. They're like, why the fuck did you bring me outside? And you sat there for like an hour or two. So now we started school. It is September 9th, 2008. Dear Moon, oh my god, I'm so happy right now. First off, I got a perm. Yay. This was the first of many perms. It looks so good. I love curly, LOL, but it stinks a little. But that will go away. You like can't wash your hair for like 3 days. So my hair was very fine and it smelled so bad. A boy in my grade asked out Asher for me again, and he said no. He just wants to be friends for right now, but maybe later. Oh my god. See, when boys are like, not right now, honey, they don't like you. They're just trying to be nice. I was still hung up on them though. I was hung up on him for a while. OMG, I might go out with him again, yay. I've always liked him since he broke up with me in 6th grade. I should have called him more like on his cell, but his mom gets mad when girls call his house phone number. And I want to hang out with him more, plus dates. Yeah, because now I am more mature of what to expect when dating a guy that I do actually like. It will not break up with him after short notice. At least I realized that like I would do that. Even this one boy, yes. This one boy, I think, wants to go out with me because he asked me why I wasn't going out with him. Odd, but yeah. I got to go see these boys at the football game. Oh, I liked them. Yippee, gotta go to bed. See ya. The one boy that I didn't mention, I can't believe I mentioned him at all. I totally forgot about that. I don't know if he actually liked me or he's kind of like picking on me. I don't know. He kind of would like be flirty with me. Boys need to be straightforward with him because I can't fucking read the situation. Anyway, reading that, Jesus, he passed away recently and was very fucking tragic. There's a lot of like tragic deaths, I feel like, near my hometown, just like dealing with drinking and people getting into accidents. Yeah, he passed away recently. Rest in peace, man. Sounds creepy. You're gonna hear the ice cream truck outside. You're gonna hear my boyfriend making food. I don't want to spend 5 years making this video, so I'm sorry if you hear background noise. So now it's November 6th, 2008. I wrote, Dear Moon, sorry, has to be quick. DC was awesome. So this is after we went to the Washington, DC trip. Yes, indeed, it was amazing. I asked out Dennis the Thursday we were in DC, and he said yes. This is why I was confused. I'm like, why did we date in 7th grade? Because I don't remember dating in 7th grade. We dated in 8th grade, and that's why I'm like, what? So we dated. He said yes. Anyway, it's been 2 weeks and 2 days after basketball tryouts, and me, Clara, oh, I didn't even mention her. So me, Clara, and then another friend, Sophia, we are basketball managers. We are basketball managers for the 8th grade basketball team. So we gotta like control the giant old ass like basketball scoreboard. It was super cool, and like the thing is like ancient. I think they still have the same exact ones. They are so fucking old because we didn't do any sports 8th grade year. We're like, you know what? We're just gonna like chill and hang out with our friends and like just fuck around. That's pretty much what we did. And it was super fun. All of them, Dennis, my brother, went to McDonald's. And then we ate at the park nearby. We played Truth and Dare. And since my brother kissed Claire's hand, with like the sweatshirt covering her hand, and he kissed it. So since my brother kissed Claire's hand, Dennis had to kiss me, and I didn't think he would actually do it, but he did, right on my cheek. When we were walking home, we held hands and gave a hug goodbye. Gotta go. Also part of a truth, he had to say he loved me. P.S. My brother bugged Clara on the way home, and she wasn't too happy about that, but LOL. It's gonna get real cute. One of my favorite relationships. November 26, 2008. Dear Journal, hey, do I have great news? Yesterday was Christmas, and it has been a month and 1 week since I have been dating Dennis. I gotta get to bed for a Christmas party tomorrow, and I will fill you in tomorrow. That's right. Now it is December 28th. Dear Journal, hey, delay, but that's okay. So for Christmas, I got a portable DVD player. I got Kung Fu Panda, I got Scary Movie 4, I got Shrek 1, 2, and 3. I got 2 pairs of socks, I got a sleeping bag, an awesome foam pillow, pants like the workout program guy from Napoleon Dynamite. I got a skateboard, I got the All Time Low CD, a Tarzan CD like the soundtrack. Fire. Phil Collins. Thank you. All American Rejects CD, I got earrings, I got a scarf, an ornament, a singing Hannah Montana pen that sings Nobody is Perfect, and do I have it? I left it at my parents' house. Damn, I thought I brought it with me. That was kind of like a gag gift from my mom, but it was so funny and I would sing it all the time. Friday was amazing. Okay, first off, Sophia and Oliver, not Grayson, Oliver. Sophia and Oliver are going out, and then Clara is going out with Clara and Kai are going out. So Kai and Oliver are friends from a different town. So that's how they know each other. I had them all over, and Dennis too. We all hung out at my house and we had pizza. Then we got to go see Yes Man at the movie theater. This was a triple date in parentheses. In the car ride to the movies, we all exchanged gifts. Dennis gave me a really soft bear. Oh my god, it is so soft. A pack of earrings and lifesavers, LOL. I forgot to bring his present in the car, so I gave it to him today. It's like a 20 question ball and then 398 Tootsie Rolls with a winky face. I ate 2 of them. After the movies, we went to Burger King. We didn't really eat much, but Claire and I went in the new play set, and this was the only, so our McDonald's did not have any play sets, but the Burger King, that was the only reason why I ever wanted to go to that Burger King when I was little, because they had a giant play set. And it was like legendary. It smelled like stinky, gross children and feet. It stunk so bad. But they replaced it with a new one, and it was kind of like smaller. Probably because it's meant to be for children and not 8th graders. Anyway, I missed that play set. It was so much fun. So me and Clara were on the play set. It's a lot smaller than the old one, but it was really fun, LMAO. Then we all went home. It was super foggy. Dennis and I held hands during the movie and on the ride home and to Burger King, little smiley face. That's about it. Yesterday was my dad's side of the Christmas party. My cousin got a big pie cookbook for Christmas, and we were teaching my grandma how to use her cell phone, which was not easy. But we played the biggest game of apples to apples. 11 people. The category was chunky, and my grandma put my family. She put that down. And then the category was boring, and my grandma put going to grandma's house. And when we didn't know she laid this down, but all of a sudden we read it, we're just like all like, what, who did that? Oh my god, when she revealed that she laid that down, we're like, Grandma, you're funny. Super funny. And then I wrote Dennis with all the hearts around it at the end of the page. I have 2 more pages left. Okay, so now it is February 8th, 2009. You know what that means. It's my birthday again. Dear Journal, hey, long time since I've typed/written to you. I'm writing this to get it all out. I feel all crappy right now, and I don't want to cry because of it. I think all of the stress is getting to me, stress from school, friends, love, all of that. I just need to cry to let it out once in a while. I'm not sure why I feel like this. Hormones. I'm not sure why I feel like this. I didn't want to pick a crappy toy for band and stuff. Then Mom was kind of making fun of me for wanting to return the papers because we weren't going to know whose is who. I'm not really sure who I'm talking about. That started it off. And then it got worse and I wanted to cry a little bit. I'm trying to hold it in and I know it's not the best thing to do, but I don't want to cry. Maybe I'm just being a spoiled brat and I didn't get what I want. Like maybe for my birthday, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's the stress of being 15, juggling things around. I'll get used to it. I'm feeling pretty better now that I've typed this. Not in my peachy stage, but I feel better. Thanks. Oh, honey. Turning 15 was such a hard job. Now we're in April 26, 2009. Dear Journal, hey, really long time, my bad. I kind of just want to write to you when something exciting or confusing or sad, so on happens. So I'm writing because I'm all of those things at once. Except sad is a happy sad. Okay? So yesterday, parentheses, telling you a story. I was at Oliver's house, which is Molly's boyfriend. We're all just dating. Wasn't Sophia dating? Okay, so Sophia was dating Oliver, but now Molly is dating Oliver. I don't know what was up with this guy, but he got everyone's hearts. So we went over for Oliver's birthday and we watched 30 Days of Night, kind of a bad movie. I didn't like that movie, but I jumped and laughed. It was supposed to be scary. We ate pizza and we hung out on the trampoline for most of the time. I think Dennis was also here. It was getting darker and darker, so we were chilling out more and laid on the trampoline looking at the stars. So there was a guy, a girl, Oliver, Molly, me, and Dennis were all over. Dennis and me were holding hands and we're leaning our heads against each other on laying on the trampoline, and it was so romantic. I wanted to kiss him so badly, but I never got around to it, frowny face. And then Molly's dad came to pick us up around 10 to go home. And the entire ride home, Dennis and me were holding hands. So cute, so cute. And then we were texting each other back and forth. I told him that my heart kept like skipping a beat a ton of times, and he thought it was cute. He said, "Aw, LOL." We didn't get to hug or kiss goodbye because Molly's dad was like there. It was so awkward. Also, I miss Molly's dad. He's funny. He was a funny man. We didn't get to hug or kiss goodbye, but he kissed my hand and told me that he will make it up to me the next time we get together. And later on, we went on MSN and he was on and we talked for about 45 minutes. He said he didn't want to ever let go of my hand and he was just so full of emotions. He wanted to cry. I'll print out our conversation, our MSN conversation. And yes, I have it. I will not be reading it, but it was it's very cute. I'll print out the conversation so I'll always have it with me. Made my heart have a heart attack, but a good heart attack, LOL. It was so cute, so cute. I did print out the conversation and I still have it. It's like 10 pages. Honestly, I think he was maybe like the first guy that I loved, but it was like 8th grade. And ready to get your heart crushed? Here we go. All right, so now it is June 1st, 2009. Dear Journal, I just need to write this down. So Dennis broke up with me about 30 minutes ago. And all I've been doing is crying. This is the saddest I've ever been. I'm trying to stop by writing this down. Dennis and I were talking on the phone, and he said he wants for us to be friends. He didn't really know, but he was going to take a nap, I think, and think about it. He doesn't want to hurt my feelings or anything, but he obviously did. He wants to talk to me later about this. He isn't really sure. I'm not sure. What if he wants to get back together? What will I do? If I get back together with him, it's gonna hurt more when we break up. It will feel awkward. I don't know. I'm so sad. I just stopped crying and I feel a little bit better. Just need a hug and some chocolate. LOL. That's me. I'm gonna take a shower and stuff to try to feel refreshed. I only have 1 page left in my journal, my little diary, but I skipped 2 whole years because I need to rant about, of course, a boyfriend. I think what I'm gonna do is kind of give you a brief, like, I'm going to catch you up on the people in between. Because we need to talk about some of them. Gump. So after Dennis I thought I wrote this down somewhere. Oh no, I have one more entry. Okay, so now it's June 11th, 2009. This is the summer before freshman year. Are you ready for some trauma? Here we go. Dear Journal, yesterday was awesome. Molly brought me to Overdrive and it was boring in a way halfway, and towards the end it was getting a lot better. So Overdrive, which I think they're selling it again. So Overdrive is this weird fucking building in the middle of nowhere in between all of the towns. It used to be, I was there before they bought it, but it used to be like this restaurant thing. But the only thing that I can remember, I think it could go like dancing or like rent it out. It's kind of like a weird restaurant hall kind of a thing. But there's this one room, it was an animal children's room. If I can find a photo, I bet you they have a photo somewhere. There's this like children's room of like singing electronic animals, and like I think there was like a cow butt hanging out, but they would move and talk and sing, and it was the scariest fucking room I have ever been to in my life. I feel like they had like monthly junior high / high school like county parties, but that's how I met a lot of the kids in my county, because it was for the whole entire county. It was kind of like a dance, but for all of the towns. And it was like right in the middle of everyone. Like anyone could pretty much come. And it was mainly for, I feel like 7th, 8th grade, and maybe freshman year. The very first time I ever went, it was the most fun because people were actually dancing, and it was awesome. The second time was like, okay, a little bit died down. And by the third time, you're like, meh. But all of our other friends are going, and this is like the only time that we can see them. So that's how I met all of these other people. And that is where it all starts. But towards the end, it was getting pretty interesting. Guys were calling me pretty, and 2 of them were fighting over me, and I'm not exaggerating this. Oh my god. So we have, I'm gonna call him Gump, because honestly that name fits him. So we have Gump, and then this other guy, and he was real cute. And I didn't know that the other guy liked me at all, so I said no when the other guy asked me out. Remember that time in your life where you had 2 choices? I made the wrong choice. But also didn't really know either of them. The other cute guy, he liked me. He asked me out and I said no because I kind of liked Gump. And I asked Gump to slow dance with me, and he said yes, and it was awesome. Now after the dance, I really liked him, and the other guy was just staring at us like the whole entire time. He's staring at us, he's getting mad. I made the wrong choice. I asked Gump out, well, Clara did, and he said no because the other guy is pissed, which I get. And it got really confusing. So I avoided the other guy altogether the whole night. I slow danced him again, and it was the last song, and Gump and I danced to The Climb by Miley Cyrus. I sang along, and so did Molly and this other boy. Weird. So right after probably like 30 seconds, Gump asked, so do you want to go out? And I said, sure. Should have said no. He gave me a hug goodbye, and I really like him. I wish I had a cell phone so I could text him. Here's his cell phone number. I wrote it down. So I, in fact, did not write more later. I decided to not write anything for 2 years. So I'm going to fill you in on what happened. Are you ready? Okay. So we dated for the summer. Reminder, I'm only 15 years old at this point, and I think he was too. But then when we would hang out at like night, he would start to pressure me into doing things that I was not ready to do. And he used the line, which is very manipulative, is if you love me, you'll do this. And we only did like third base stuff, but he wanted to go all the way. I'm trying to be as friendly as possible. But I remember saying, I don't feel comfortable. Like, this is what grown-ups do. Like, I don't think we should be doing this. I said that. And he said, if you love me, you'll do this. So he would pressure me into doing stuff, and then he would tell his friends what we did. And then the rumors just spread like wildfire because they just fucking told everyone. And that's, yeah. You can tell why I gave him the name Gump. Just a fucking piece of shit. His friends ended up telling Clarissa, the girl I do not like. Clarissa started to make up rumors that I was going to be on the show 16 and Pregnant because everyone thought like we were, gonna have sex and all this stuff. But no one knew that he was pressuring me into doing stuff, and like knowing I was not ready to do any of that, like at all. Like the relationship before was so nice and sweet. We held hands. He also Dennis was my first kiss as well. We kissed maybe like 5 times. It was like a little tiny peck. And, like, it would hold hands and like hug, and like that was it. And I cherished that relationship because honestly, that was the last like good, honest relationship that I had. Larissa would spread rumors about me. They would talk about me. I was kind of like viewed as, which I hate this word, just kind of viewed as a slut. But they didn't know that he was pressuring me into doing everything. I did eventually break up with him because I was just fucking over it. Also, Gump was just a very kind of like hick person. Just an ass, he's just an ass. So I ended up breaking up with him towards the beginning of my freshman year. And I remember, because I was also in like band and stuff, and we were like lining up to march the halls or whatever. And I remember Molly coming up to me, and she's like, I'm so glad you guys are not dating anymore because I never liked him. Why? Molly, you gotta come up. Girl, friends gotta tell each other like, hey, I get bad vibes from him. What I found out later is that Gump had a bet with his friends that he could lose his virginity by the end of the summer. And I can gladly say that he lost that bet. Also, what's really funny is that Gump tried to like hang out with me, like I think when I was like a senior or something like that. He's like, hey, I miss you, like we should hang out and like go on a date or something. And I'm like, no, never talk to him again. Never talk to him again. First dramatic story. Lesson learned: if a boy is like, if you love me, you'll do this, and you're uncomfortable, dump his ass. I did date Dennis again for a very short time in my freshman year, and I really don't know the whole situation. It was really fucking weird because we were going out, but it was kind of like different. It wasn't the same anymore, but like I was so in love with this guy. I was so in love with him. But the weird thing was that he was over at Kelly's house. It was like a bunch of them. And he calls me, and I feel like everyone was listening. And I was at my house. I wasn't over there for some reason. And pretty much like Kelly broke up for him with me, if that makes sense. Like, it was really fucking weird. And I'm like, why? I don't know. It was like fucking disrespectful. It was just kind of fucking weird. Like, why are you talking for him? Like, also why? For some reason, I feel like, I don't know if this is true. I've never talked to her about it, but I feel like, I don't know if Kelly talked him out of it. I kind of got that vibe, but I feel like that's not the reason at all because of what we know now. I don't know. Now I'm going to read my very last journal entry in this binder. So this is January 25th, 2011. Dear Journal, hey, I'm just so confused right now, so I thought writing this all down would help me clear my thoughts and actually make sense. So I'm going to be talking about my boyfriend, Ren, who I dated when I was 16 and I was a sophomore in high school. And I think he was a junior, I believe. So Ren and I have dated for 5 months. Also, he's like from a different town. He's like 30 minutes away from me. And I think I'm in love with him. Like, I think he could be like the one. You're 16, calm down. But within those 5 months, we fought up to every other week. I hate fighting with him, and it always ends up with me being in tears and him apologizing like a billion times. We were both very tired of fighting, and our last fight ended up breaking us up apart. And this was just yesterday. The fight was over him not texting back for hours and me hanging out with... I dated this other boy. I'm going to call him Silas. I only dated him for maybe 2 months. I believe it was my freshman year, and it was like in the winter time, but I didn't really like him like that anymore, and we kind of like still remained friends, and he's gonna pop up again, and that's gonna be some very serious trigger warnings about him. Anyway, we'll talk about that in a second. So I was hanging out with him, like we were just friends. I hung out with all of his friends. So the fight was over him not texting me back for hours, and me hanging out with Silas, and I've made it clear to Ren that I don't want to hang out with Silas anymore. Ren also can't trust me hanging out with my guy friends and thinks I'll cheat on him. The 2 guys I mostly hang out with are Dennis and this other boy from a different town, and they could both be gay. I would never cheat on Ren or any guy ever, but Ren won't believe me. So we talked about how this whole thing was stupid and talked about going back out. But my mom read my Facebook status and talked with me about it. She even mentioned the trusting issue we had a while back. And I won't just sit there at home and never see my friends again. I won't do that for any guy in the world. I love my friends and I'm never changing who and how I am. And my mom mentions just going on a break, which, by the way, is what we are doing. So instead of getting back together right now, we are going to be taking a break, spending some time with our friends, go to social events. It's what I'm leaning towards too. I just hope that none of us moves on or gets over one of us. We are both hurting a lot from this, but maybe it's just best to clear our heads and take deep breaths for a few weeks. I barely hang out with my friends anymore because I'm always hanging out with him. And it's just not like I'm going to hook up with guys. It's just taking a break from this relationship. I think it's a good idea, and I hope he thinks so too. Long story short, I don't know what we would just fight about, but yeah, I don't care if you don't text me back. You just gotta, like, let me know. Like, are you playing video games? Just let me know. Just so I don't think you're fucking dead in a ditch or something, or, whatever. But we would fight all the time about stupid stuff, and he really could not trust me. But we ended up breaking up eventually. We kind of, like, wanted it to work so bad, but it never just worked. But I think, like, my freshman year of college, he did reach out to me. He was in basic training and he went to one of the branches. I'm not going to say which one. And he actually did ask me out again, but we hadn't, like, talked in, like, a couple of years. I think we would catch up every once in a while, but I feel like he just wanted someone to be there for him and, like, all this stuff. But I was actually kind of dating this other guy that was, like, on and off with. I said no, and I kind of felt bad. And I wish I kept in touch with him. Like, I know he was going through a lot with being departed overseas and, like, all of this stuff. But he's doing fine. He's been married for, like, the last 7 years. And I think they just had a baby. So he's doing wonderful. And I only wish the best for him. But yeah, we're too young and it just didn't work. Okay, so after Ren, I dated Roman. And I only dated Roman for 2 months. But I'm going to tell his story. Because it's very interesting. So he, in the span of 2 months, cheated on me 3 times. He's the other boy who cheated on me that I know about. There might be another one, but I don't know. So we went out, I believe, my sophomore year. I think it was, like, in the springtime. So this was, like, after Ren. And honestly, we were good friends. He's super funny. But, good God, he cheated on me 3 times in 2 months. And it was with the same girl. Like, he was so in love with this girl, so in love with her, and she wanted basically nothing to do with him except to, like, use his body, but never wanted anything more, never wanted to date, nothing like that. But he was just, like, so in love with her, and he broke up with me. I forgave him because, first off, he told me right before social studies test that he cheated on me. He told me during school that he cheated on me because he felt bad. And I failed that test because I was trying not to cry in the middle of class. I was dumb, and I forgave him. And then years and years later, because we were still friends, like, we were friends, he was just a stupid fucking boy, but we were really good friends. And later he confessed that he cheated on me 3 times, not just that one time. And we didn't talk for a little bit after that. And then I'll talk about why I don't talk to him today, because yeah, he probably doesn't even know why, but currently have him blocked on, like, everything. But it's not, that part's not really his fault. It's just, like, for my protection. Remember how I said I have trauma? I have a lot more. Hold on. And then my junior year is when I started to date Bennett. Now, Bennett and me dated on and off for 3 years, on and off. And oh my God. So I wrote a little bit something. I really honestly thought he was, like, the one and all this stuff. It was fun in, like, high school, but once I got to college, he did not go to college, which that's totally fine, but he didn't have a car the whole entire time we dated. So I was always driving to his mom's house, or the house that he lived with his roommate, who would sell, like, he was a big, but he would all of the product. I wonder how that man's doing. I don't know. Is he in jail? Is he in prison? I don't know. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised either way. And I would drive every single weekend and stay with him or like at his mom's house. And I would, sorry, mom, if you ever watch these, I would lie to my mom and say I was staying over at someone else's house and I would stay at his house like the whole entire weekend. And his mom was there. Like in the beginning when we were like back together, it was good again. He would kind of put like more effort into stuff and he was cute. But then I think he just like kind of stopped trying. And I would always break up with him every single time because it was just like, the excitement was just like gone. Like he didn't really try. We wouldn't go anywhere. Also, like we didn't have any money. Like we're so fucking broke. There's no spark. And like then I would miss him because he was a nice guy, but like there's just like no life in our relationship at all. And then when I went to college and he was like working like a third shift factory job and he was always tired. He just had like no motivation in life. Like I'm like, do you want to work at this factory job? Like we can, I was trying to like help him pursue like anything. And he was just like accepted that this is his life now. I just didn't want to do anything. He's always tired. And I'm like, all right, well, thank you for your service. And never talked to him since. So like in between one of our breaks, like I would sometimes go out with a guy. Like we had like really long breaks sometimes. So that's why I say like on and off over 3 years. I wanted to mention one guy. Let's give him a name. His name is Jeff. We're gonna call him Jeff because that was the name that popped in my head. So one of the guys, it was like during, I don't even know what year this was. I feel like this was my junior year, senior year. Jeff was kind of like, we kind of dated for a short time. But he was just one of those guys that was just like too much. Like I just wasn't feeling it. And then he got me a bouquet of flowers. Bouquet, whatever. And I'm like, yo, this is too much. Why are you getting me flowers right now? And like I'm like on the brink of like breaking up with you and give me flowers. Like he was just too much. I just stop. Like I don't know. But if he watches, I don't know if he watches, I don't know. If he ever watches these videos, he knows exactly who he is. I'm sorry, Jeff. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I broke up with him because he gave me bouquet of flowers because I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? Jeff really liked me. He really liked me. I had feelings for him like on and off, but like, it was just too much. That's like the easiest way to say this. I don't know. I like the idea of him, but like just being with him, I just like got ick. I just got the ick. I don't know. And we do not talk to this day. We were friends for a good while in high school. By the time I think I was a junior in high school, he had already graduated and he went to basic training and he works, I don't even know if I can say, but he, I don't know if he works for the White House yet or not. That's his career and everything, and he's very good at it, and he's like ripped as fuck. He's like super buff. Anyway, I started to like his friends. I liked one of his friends a lot. Like I was so head over heels for this guy, and I think I liked guys that were just not available to me. Like they just like didn't want anything to do with me. I love those type of guys, because why? I feel like that made him very jealous. But I never dated officially like his friend. Like I was trying, but like he was just like, I don't see anything. You're trying to, no, blah, blah. Never wanted a relationship or whatever. And it was hard to get over him. So it was Jeff, this like one of his friends that I really didn't know too well. And it was me. And he was home from one of like his breaks or something like that. So we were over at his house and we're like hanging out because the other guy was already there. And I just like, he's home for one of his breaks. He was only there for like maybe a week or so before he like has to be shipped off to wherever. So went over there, we watched a movie together, we're just like hanging out and they're just goofing off and yada yada. And he came up with the idea that I should date his friend. We got along so well. And I really didn't know his friend that much. Kind of liked his friend a little bit. He was like flirty, he was very nice, whatever. So his friend drove me home because I think they picked me up or something. That was like honestly the first time I think I've met them. I don't know. But that was Jeff's idea. Like, hey, you should go out with him. Like, you guys like hit it off or something. remember that. So his friend was bringing me home because I didn't drive for some reason or whatever. We were kind of like joking around and just like flirting, and we are like, okay, just getting to know each other. He dropped me off. I went inside my house and like he had left. And then his friend had sent me a message. He texted me. He's like, hey, come outside. At that point, I switched my pants to like my PJ pants. Like I was getting comfy. So I'm like, what the heck? So I went outside, and my parents' side, because we had a 3-car garage, but like the 2 part of the garage, that they fixed the motor, so it was like silent, so it wouldn't wake up my parents. So I opened up that one, and I'm like, what are you doing? Did I leave something in your truck or whatever? He comes up to me and he just kisses me. Doesn't say a word, and just like grabs my face and just like kisses me. Seriously, like the most romantic thing ever. It's like, what rom-com movie is this? What the heck? And he's like, I just wanted to do that. And he got in his truck and he left. And I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know if we ever officially were like boyfriend and girlfriend, but it did not work out with him in the end. He was one of those gym bros, and like he was just working out constantly. And he's like, we could work out together. Like he's either working on his car constantly. Like we wouldn't go on dates. Like I would either watch him fix his car, or like I went to the gym with him one time and I'm like, this sucks. I did not want to go to the gym to hang out with you. Like I just want to hang out with you, like watch a movie or something. Yeah, it didn't work out. But that was Jeff's idea. And then Jeff, later down the road, because I was still kind of like talk to him when I was like in college and stuff like that. But then he just got in like this, we got in this weird argument at some point in college. But there's this one point where I don't even know, he was just jealous of me liking his friends. He's like, you like all of my friends, and like you're dating all of them. And I'm like, I like that one boy, but like we never dated. Like nothing romantic ever happened because he did not want that. And then you brought me together with the other guy. That was your idea. But he was like yelling at me and saying like, I'm dating all of his friends and all of this stuff. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not even dating any of them. I was dating Silas at the time. Like, what the fuck was going on? And he was just like jealous and still angry about it. And I'm like, I don't think he ever got over me. I don't think he ever did for years and years. And it was just really weird. And honestly, we haven't really talked since. Hi, I forgot to mention one story. So when I mentioned that Ren would get jealous that I was hanging out with like Silas, something happened with Silas over the course of a couple of years. So Silas still liked me, kind of. I guess he kind of like still had a crush on me. Was the person that I lost my virginity to when I was like 16. But because of that, he always wanted sexual things from me over the course of several years, where I thought like he was my friend. Usually I would hang out with him and like all of his friends, like all together, because they were super funny and like they were my best friends at the time. They were like towards the end of high school, they were the people that I would hang out with all the time, because that's honestly the last group of friends that I had. Every single time that like we were alone, like me and Silas were alone and he was very drunk, he would essay me. We never went further than third base. Like, sometimes I would accept it, but otherwise I'm like, I don't want to do this with you because like you're my friend and like I don't want this to be weird. I don't like you like this. And like he just, I think, wanted like maybe a friends with benefits kind of situation. Like after years, and like I'd be dating people and he would respect that. But it would just, he wouldn't do it in front of other people. Anytime he was drinking and anytime that we were alone for some reason, he would like try to kiss me or like try to put his hand on me. This happened for years. This is SA. I didn't even know what the word was for it because they don't teach you about it in school. And I would say, no, stop. No, I don't want to do this. Like, it's SA. It's, like, I think I only, like, gave in, like, once or twice. Like, I agreed to it. And the rest of the times, I'm like, I don't want to do this. And then he had a girlfriend for a while, and everything was fine. Like, we were just friends. Like, we could just talk again, and it was, like, just normal. I'm like, why can't it just be like this? Like, he's, like, I thought we were friends. And that's really like heartbreaking. The last time I talked to him, it was a really bad night. I was a sophomore in college. And during this time, I was starting to talk to this girl who I liked, and it was the first girl that like I've ever went on a date with, and like all this stuff, and I was excited. And he hated that. I think he saw me as being bi-curious at the time, and then bisexual after I came out. Like, actually, this was before I came out. He's like, oh, this is like a kink thing, like whatever. But I'm like, it's not. Like, I don't want you to sexualize me because I like girls too. Like, that's not what this is about. And I'm like, I like her. Like, I don't like you. I don't like you like that. And he would just get all like weird about it, like a little homophobic, you know? I'm like, I'm not your kink. Like, I'm not your fetish. That's not what this is. Like, this is a fucking relationship. What the fuck? So my sophomore year of college, I went over because they like were at a wedding, and then I thought they were having a party afterwards, like a little after party. I'm like, oh cool, like I'll come visit you and your friends, like after, like I was gonna drive home, like I'll crash on the couch or something, you know, just like hang out with everyone, like I miss seeing everyone. And when I got there, it was just him, and everyone like was already at their own houses or they were already in bed, and it was just him, and he was very drunk. And I'm like, I need to go, I need to leave. And I'm like, oh shoot, like I just drove an hour to be there, and I'm like, oh shoot, yeah, I have to get up early in the morning. I was like trying to get out of it, trying to make up any excuse, because I'm like, I know if I'm alone with you, you're gonna try to like put your hand on my pants or something. He's like, no, just like come on, hang out. And he just like walked away. I was like by the front door, and I'm like, oh, I thought, you know, there's gonna be a party or something. He's like, no, I want to like show you these videos and whatever. Like here, like we'll just like watch them in my bedroom. I should have just walked out right then and there. I didn't want to be rude, but I should have just fucking done it. I had that gut fucking feeling. So I stood in his doorway. He was sitting on the bed, and he was showing me some YouTube videos, whatever. And he's like, come sit on the bed. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm okay. He kept telling me, and then he like grabbed me and like made me sit down. And I'm like, okay. Like I thought there was gonna be like a party. I thought everyone was gonna be hanging out. And then what does he do when we're alone and he's fucking drunk and he's fucking stupid? He tries. And it's essay again. And then I bring up the word. I'm like, this is assault. Like, you're assaulting me. And I don't know where that just came out of, because I've never looked it up before. Like, I didn't know what the word was, but I'm like, you're assaulting me. Like, and he got pissed off about that. He got really fucking mad. I'm like, I don't want to do these things with you. And something flipped. Like, I finally fucking stood up for myself. And I'm like, you always do this. And that's why I don't want to hang out with you when we're alone and you're drunk. That's why I want to leave. I want to go home because I don't feel safe. And he got so pissed off. We just fought about everything. He's like, you always do this, and yada yada. It's like, we've done it before. I'm like, but I say no and how. You have to respect that. Like, I don't like you like that. I don't want to do this. This isn't why I'm here. I thought we were gonna like all hang out, but like I don't want to be here. We just fought so loud. And his friend was like his roommate. He had a couple of roommates home. His friend was in the room next to us. Him and his girlfriend heard us fighting. And then I was trying to leave. I'm like, I just want to go home. I just want to leave. Like, I don't want to be here anymore. Silas was then like in front of the door, like his bedroom door, and he wouldn't let me leave. I was like pulling on it. I'm like, you need to let me go. That's attempted kidnapping. If they don't let you go, that's attempted kidnapping. That's now 2 laws you've just broken. And his roommate walked by getting a glass of water, and I'm like, you need to help. Like, I want to go home. Walked on by, didn't say a word, just like went to his bedroom. I didn't forget about that. Eventually, after struggling and fighting, and I finally got out, I went to go grab my purse out of the kitchen, which was on the way out. And Silas had like run to the front door, and he was blocking the front door. I was ready to jump out the fucking window. I was ready to fucking break that bitch and fucking run for my safety, because I'm like, I don't know what you're gonna fucking do to me right now. Where do you think this is gonna go? Where do you think this is gonna go? At that point, I'm like, I'm never coming back. I'm never gonna talk to you again. My mind is made up. You cannot fucking change. You have a fucking problem. And like, I just wanted to be friends with you. And like, I'm just this object to you. I'm not. And eventually, he let me go. I should have called the cops. I should have told somebody. I didn't tell a single soul about what happened. And as soon as I got in my car, I was shaking so hard. I was holding in everything. And I got to a point, I just like had to park somewhere once I knew I was safe. And I just cried so hard. It was not a good time. Sophomore year was a really hard time. I should have called the cops. I don't know what he would have done. I don't know what he would have done if I did, but that was scary. If you say no and they force themselves on you, that's essay and that's illegal. You need to tell your parents. It's going to be uncomfortable as fuck. My parents don't even know. And I've never exposed his name before. And he did this half-ass apology to me last year. He was drunk. It's always when he's drunk. But I know he still thinks about it. He sent me this half-ass apology. And I'm like, I don't even know what to say to this because it was like in the middle of the night. I just read it. And then he unsent it. I'm like, I messaged him. I'm like, did you mean to send that? He's like, yeah, but I was drunk. Like, it was just half-assed. Like, I really didn't know what to say. And I'm like, okay. Like, thanks for apologizing, but I don't forgive you. It was a half-ass apology. You want me to forget everything? He was just like, yeah, sorry for everything I've done. And I hope to God he's never done that to another woman. But now he has a kid. I hope he thinks about protecting his child from people like him, how he behaved when he was a teenager. Now he has to think about that for the rest of his life. I will never talk to that man ever again. I don't need to. There's no point. Anyway, that was depressing. Back to the regular scheduled program. That was a big one. Last story. It's a bad one. The last guy that I'm going to be talking about he's the worst one. I'm going to call him Satan. I met him the summer before my senior year, and we dated. I wrote down 2 months in one of my journals, but I feel like it was 6 months. But it wasn't very long. But we dated for a little bit in the fall of my senior year. I've talked a lot about him. Actually, I named him on my TikTok, but I'm not going to do that here. But I met Satan through mutual friends. We hit it off. So we dated. Everything was fine. He was goofy. He was funny. I'm kidding. I feel the ick. But his parents were going through a divorce. They had just separated, and his mom moved out and moved in with her new boyfriend. His dad was a raging alcoholic, super mad, and I would go over to Satan's house. One of the times, it was me, Satan, and Satan's older brother, and we were hanging out, we were making brownies, because I like to just like do like the little box brownies or cookies or cake or something. I like to bake, but just like with the pre-mixed stuff. But we're making brownies, we're hanging out, I'm getting to know his older brother, and we were having a good time and whatever. And towards the end of it, his dad comes home. He is blackout drunk, and you can feel the whole mood of the whole entire house shift. And it's like, I was kind of scared to be there because I'm like, his dad's never done anything, but like, when someone is that fucking drunk and he drove home, like they lived out in the middle of the country, it was fucking scary. Satan and his brother, like the whole situation just sucks. Like they weren't having a good time living at that house, and it was just not a good situation. But I don't know what happened. Something flipped in Satan's head, and he just got so fucking mad. But he's just like locked himself in the bathroom for like 20 minutes, and it's just me and his older brother and his fucking pissed drunk dad. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Like, I am so fucking uncomfortable. But he's like having some sort of mental breakdown in the bathroom or something. I don't know. And then all of a sudden I just hear like a slam, and he threw his phone on the wall or me or something, and like fucking broke his whole entire phone. And it came out, he's just like not saying anything. He's just like pissed, and I'm like, I don't know what's happening, but like I want to leave, like I want to go home. And we would just like hang out like in his bedroom upstairs, or just like watch movies, or like play little video games, or just listen to music. But like he was just always so angry, and like that made me lose all my feelings. And like I knew it was such a hard time, but I did not want to lead him on. Like I would have been friends with him, and I would have talked to him about the situation, but I didn't have parents that divorced. Like my parents are still together, but Clara's parents were divorced, and like I kind of saw through her eyes and their situation. But her parents had already remarried and like had children, but like I kind of saw the dynamic and like understood what was happening. But seeing it with just very toxic people, it was just like, I can't help you. I feel bad that this is happening, but like the whole situation was just scary, and like I didn't want to be there anymore. He did not like it when I broke up with him. Did not like it at all. So at the time, I didn't have a smartphone. It was one of those Pantech like flip open and there's a keyboard or whatever. At the time with AT&T, you had to pay $5 a month to block a number. And I really should have just paid the $5. I should have gone to the police, because he would call me every single day after school and call me slut, whore, bitch, every name in the book, just because he was so mad and he couldn't understand that like I just lost feelings for him. I just didn't want to be with him anymore. Like all those feelings were completely gone just by like his actions of like just with this anger. I just didn't want to be with him anymore. It was just that simple. But he could not fucking let it go. He could not. He just like latched onto me, and he's like, I need you, or whatever. So he called me every single name in the book, and then he would ask to get back together. He's like, I'm so sorry. Let's just like go out again. After you just called me every fucking name in the book. Like, do you think that makes me like you again? Like, I don't think that's clicking in your head. But he did that for about 2 months, and my parents knew about it. We should have went to the police for harassment. I should have filed a restraining order against him. I should have done that. My parents knew, but like we didn't know what we could do. You go to the police. You change your phone number. You can change your phone number for free, by the way. There's this one time he heard that I was sick and I was at home from school because one of my friends, also I didn't tell my friends that this was happening. I should have told them, because my friends were hanging out with his friends at the time. But he heard I was sick from one of my friends in high school, and he drove to my house. I was home alone. He drove like this old, really loud red car. I don't know what it was. I was scared for my safety. Like, I didn't know what he was gonna do. Like, I didn't know if he was gonna, like, I didn't know. I went up to my door, and then he left. I was shaking, and I was like hiding in my bedroom, like peeking out the window. I waited 15 minutes, and I went out the front door to see what he did. He left a bag of cherry-flavored cough drops for me. Those are the most disgusting cough drops. And I threw those away. I'm like, hell no, you're gonna poison me or some shit. Like, I was so fucking terrified. Oh, he was at my prom too, because my friend invited him, and we were civil. And honestly, after that, he kind of like stopped for a couple of years. And then 2016, after I came out as bisexual, after the Orlando shooting, I decided to come out, because I'm like, well, if I die, like, I want to die as my true self. Like, I don't want to hide anything anymore. Like, I'm done hiding. So I came out. And shortly after, I didn't connect the things at the time, but Satan posted private images of me on a website, which those websites don't exist anymore. But it said my full name, my hometown, and that I also like girls. And he knew I was bi-curious at the time. He knew. And I didn't connect those two things. And I'm like, oh, maybe he's homophobic, because I like girls. I like all the genders. I'm pansexual. I like everyone. But I don't like him. And I don't want to date him. And he's still mad about that. But 30,000 people had viewed the images. Long story short, I got them taken down. He posted them again. I got them taken down. It was not a fun time. He posted them again in a Discord group in 2018. And he ran the group. He not only posted me, but he posted 10 other girls. He probably has thousands of photos, by the way. And I did get a restraining order against him. I also forgot to mention that with Revenge Corn, kind of like what they do with our photos is use us like trading cards, kind of like Pokemon. They'll be like, oh, I have so-and-so. Do you have so-and-so from this city? Or like, does anyone know? And they'll trade like our photos, like it's some sort of fucking game, and they'll collect them all like Pokemon. And it's really fucked up and fucking disgusting. He's also very, very lucky that I was 18 at the time. But also, like, you're still holding on to 18-year-old me photos. Like, you really care that much about a teenage version of me. And I think he just got married, and like, your wife has a daughter, by the way. Creepy. But I'm safe. I'm happy. I'm in a wonderful relationship with my boyfriend. We've been together for 5.5 years. We have laws in place, and I'm just patiently waiting, you know? I'm not afraid to talk about what happened. I'm not afraid anymore. No. I'm just waiting. Just waiting for you to fuck up. But I'm doing good. Anyway, I'm running out of phone storage. Anyway, thanks for watching my video. Sorry for the trauma. Bye.